Well, guys, I really didn't want to do this, but I have to review it as I see it, and nothing's exempt. Like, even if it's a favorite candle of mine, I have to show it to you the way it is. So, with that being said, out here we have the luxury of, breezing into the store, swapping it out, returning it. But now that I know that the international fans are like really into these candles, I have to make sure that these candles, and I make sure to burn these candles on the third day, or even, I burn them so that they can hit mid-range, just to make sure, because poor thing, the people overseas, international babies, they pay an arm and a leg for like one candle. So I always have them in mind when I do these reviews, because it's like I would hate to be in their shoes. Like, I don't know. So, you know, these candles, they hit the mid-range point and they usually die out. And not usually they hit mid-range and then they go and they're all good, but I don't know, it's kind of a catch-22, because even if they hit mid-range, it's all good, and then you go to light it again and then it could dud out. So I don't know, you're kind of like back at square one. Alright, so kind of annoyed, but that's just what it is. So here we have a 3-wick in black pepper bergamot, burning downstairs, or desperately trying to at this point. Poor thing. It's just like, look, LBD, let me go. I'm over it. You have another one of me in the closet, so get over it. So this one says, intricate layers of spicy black pepper combined with uplifting bergamot and lavender in a fragrance inspired by fall's changeable days. Well, can't say anything but dud at this point. Let me give you like an overhead view really quickly and show you what's happening with BPB. No, yeah, that's right. I'm like BPG, no, BPB. So as soon as I like hit the button to like film the video, like that flame just like died. So that's cool. These two are struggling. They're like, look, let me go. I'm done. And I'm just like trying to make it work. I haven't used any cotton balls. I just kind of like let it play out. I mean, I didn't think I need any, because when I checked it earlier, it was cool. Well, it was okay, but it's dead. Like, it's done. Alright, so you're witnessing, of course, a focus. There we go. Come on, work with me, baby. Focus. There we go. Cool. Alright, so you're witnessing a 3rd day burn. These wicks are super thick and fat. They're kind of like the rope, like waxy wicks that always give trouble at this point. Like, it's just totally a gamble. Like, I know that the flannel one has similar wicks, but they're not like the thick ropey. They kind of like a satin texture to it. These have like a ropey, like waxy feel. So super long. Of course, I trimmed them to, I didn't trim them like all the way down to the core, but I trimmed them a little more, or no, a little less than halfway down. I lit the candle, and then the wax melted, pulled out. The first day melted, pulled out in about maybe 20 minutes, and then the throw kicked in shortly after. So everything kind of fell together and kicked into gear for this one. And let's give it about 30 to 40 minutes top for like the full effect of the, burn and all that great stuff. I had the candle going for about 3 to 4 hours, and then it started to smoke, so I ended up blowing it out and just calling it a day. Great throw. Didn't choke me out. This time around it was very guest friendly, very pleasant, very cool. So it didn't have the power and strength it had last year, which is kind of weird, but I guess the new wicks just kind of take its toll. So that was the first day. Second day, repeat step 1, everything was great, peaches and cream, everything's all hunky-dory. Get to 3rd day, boom, it just faltered all the way. I'm like, what happened to my candle? And this candle is almost near the mid-range point, but just didn't really make the cut. So, that's that. I lit the candle, and it's been burning. And yesterday, or second day, it burned for about maybe 2 hours, 3 hours or so. Deep even wax, pulling all the great stuff. Today I lit it, and it had a kind of a small little puddle of wax. It was just kind of like, just barely like tunneling and all that. And it reached like the edges and it melted, but it was like, it looked like it was going to harden at any time. So I'm thinking, okay, great. Flames are super stubby. Wicks are just dead, nubby, burning aimlessly, no throw, burning without a cost, just kind of sitting here, just looking silly. So that's what's happening. It's been going on for about 3 hours now, and it just kind of like declined right then and there. Again, low flames, baby wicks. One wick just totally died and extinguished itself out. It's starting to tunnel, the wax is hardening, and there's no throw. So overall, this candle is basically a dud in disguise. It looks all pretty in the beginning, then you get it to mid or almost to mid-range, and it just like dies on you. So that's what happened with the performance. It's just kind of lagging on and getting ready to make its trip back to the store. Alright, so the actual scent, you know the scent. It's pretty much, to me, I don't really get bergamot right now. I'm getting like mostly black pepper and lavender, kind of, sorta. And for me to even review this is kind of silly because you guys are just going to write it off as being cologne anyway. So, you know, to say all that is cool, but mass appeal, speaking like the crowd, it's men's cologne. So that's it. You know the scent. I kind of don't care anymore because it's a dud and I'm really pissed off with it. But yeah, it's in the beginning it was like a spicy black pepper, a bit of lavender in there, but really kind of like spicy. Not going to make you sneeze or tickle your sinuses or anything, but it was good. Now I'm just pissed off and annoyed, and I'm going to stop talking. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's not a repurch. It's a dud. If yours burns past mid-range, kudos to you. You're excellent, but mine just died. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I appreciate you so much. I love you very dearly. And as always, you know, to comment, rate, subscribe, that's a must. It's a plus. It's mandatory. As always, God bless you, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks. Love you much. Bye.